With Doubtnut, get instant video solutions to all your maths, physics, chemistry, and biology doubts. Just click the image of the question, crop the question, and get instant video solution. Download Doubtnut app today.
Hello everyone. So in this question it is given that we have to find the correct order of the property indicated below. The first order is for ionization energy first, that is sodium greater than aluminium greater than magnesium greater than silicon. So if you see, sodium, aluminium, magnesium, silicon belongs to our third period. And we know that when we move across period from left to right, what happens? The effective nuclear charge is increasing. This will imply that size is decreasing. And ionization energy means it is the energy which is required to remove an electron from an atom, from an gaseous atom, or you can say ion. So that is the energy which will be required. But what happens is, since the effective nuclear charge is increasing on the atom, this will imply that ionization energy is increasing when we go from left to right across a period. So therefore, the order for this question would be sodium will be less than magnesium. Then we have our aluminium and silicon. So option number A will be the incorrect one because the order should be reversed. Moving forward to the second question, that is fluorine is greater than oxygen is greater than chlorine is greater than sulfur, the electronegativity order. So if you see the electronegativity values for this, basically the electronegative values are F, N, O, S. F being the most electronegative has the electronegativity value as 4.0. Nitrogen, we have chlorine and not nitrogen over here. So chlorine electronegativity is 3.0, oxygen it is 3.5, and sulfur it is 2.5. So if you see, the order should be chlorine should have the greatest electronegativity order. Afterwards it is oxygen for 3.5, then oxygen, then chlorine, and then sulfur. So if this is the order, then it will be the correct answer, that is FOCLS. FOCLS is the order which is given, therefore this will be the correct answer because they have asked the correct property. Now moving forward to the third option which is given, that is the electron gain enthalpy for this. So what is happening in the electron gain enthalpy in this question, that is delta Hg Eg is your electron gain enthalpy. Basically this is the enthalpy accompanied when one electron is added to a neutral gaseous atom to convert it to negative ion. So in this case, the values for enthalpy, electron gain enthalpy is, we have the atoms, that is chlorine, fluorine, oxygen and sulfur. For chlorine, the electron gain enthalpy is 349 kilojoule per mole minus negative. Fluorine it is minus 328. Oxygen it is going to be minus 200, and sulfur it is 141, negative 141 kilojoule. All the values are in kilojoule per mole. So if you see, the maximum is for chlorine, therefore chlorine order should be maximum, then it will be fluorine, then afterwards it's oxygen, and finally it's sulfur. So ClFOS is the value, but here it is ClSOF, but it should be ClFOS. So this is incorrect one, so we can just ignore this option also. The final option, that is ClOFS, the electron affinity value. So electron affinity value is, if you see the electron affinity value, what happens in the electron affinity? It is the energy released when an electron added to an atom. So if you see a neutral atom over here, now I'm adding an electron. So X minus is the negative ion, which is, so the energy which is released is known as your electron affinity 1, and this electron affinity 1 is dependent upon the size. So what happens over here? If size is more, this will imply that electron affinity will be less. And if you see the option which is given, that is chlorine, fluorine, oxygen and sulfur, so it should be seen that chlorine should have lesser electronegativity than fluorine, and over here sulfur should have lesser electronegativity than oxygen. But that is not the case. In actual reality, what happens is fluorine will have less electron affinity than fluorine, and sulfur will have greater electron affinity than oxygen. Why this is happening? Because if you see fluorine and oxygen, they are small in size, and due to small size, in this electron repulsion happens. Therefore, it is the fact that chlorine will have greater electron affinity than fluorine, and then it will be sulfur, and afterwards it's going to be oxygen. So the correct order for electron affinity is chlorine, fluorine, sulfur and oxygen. So if you see over here, it is chlorine, oxygen, fluorine and sulfur. So this is wrong. The only correct option from this is the second option. Therefore, option number B is the correct answer for this question. Thank you.
For class 6 to 12, IIT JEE and NEET level. Trusted by more than 5 crore students. Download Doubtnut app today.